Hey, it's Camo with Nashville Access Facebook Live. We should have subtitles, really, for this guy. He was all set to perform for us today, and then he's sick, so I'm not even shaking his hand. He's got big-time cooties. Dawson Reigns, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, hello. Yes, I'm very sorry. I was very excited to come in here and singing, and as most of you, if you do know me and have heard me speak, either online or in person, this is not my normal voice. I will make it up to everybody very soon. We'll do some more songs for you.
Yeah, it's kind of like the whole banjo joke. You know, somebody broke into my car last night and left a banjo. It's like somebody broke into my car and took your voice.
They took my voice last night. It was last night. It was good to go until last night.
So you've made the trek down because you're Nashville based, but right now you're living in Canada.
Yeah, a lot's been going on up in Canada on the business side. It always seems to be the business side, and it just ended up being something that I've been back and forth, but I had to get up there to make sure I was putting the time to make sure what I'm doing now was going to happen. So obviously been living in Nashville since 2011, but the last year has been a lot of travel.
Back and forth.
Yeah.
Now, you really epitomize international artists because you're between Nashville and Canada, but you're also doing a lot of touring in the UK. You did a small tour last fall.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a new tour coming up next month. So how do you've had a lot of radio success internationally as well. People know who you are. How does that happen to you?
It happens to me mainly. I guess really it's the team that I've had. I've been lucky enough to be with a good team from the start.
Mm-hmm.
When I started into the country side of things professionally,
hashtags.
I've been out there doing the cover band thing for years. But Maple Star Music and Media helped get me out there from the very first single off my debut CD, and they've been with me since, and it's been able to open up my international market, which from the get-go was a focus. I mean, Nashville is the Mecca. I love it. You know, we all do. We all want to be on the red carpet and be the A-lister, and I definitely would love to have that as soon as possible. But I also know that there's a big market out there in the world that it's untapped, and there's great fans. There's great radio support. So I want that. So
I mean that's what we found with the radio show is just how fanatic people around the world are about country music. But they don't realize how difficult, or they may not realize how difficult it is to break into the Nashville market or the American market, and expensive. It's not just difficult, it's very expensive for an artist to do that. Internationally, it's, I don't want to say easier, but it's easier for you as an artist to focus on a smaller area and become a bigger fish in a smaller area.
Yeah, I mean, for me, my background has allowed me to really look at the business side a lot, and to some people, they've told me it may be a little bit of a detriment because I'm not stuck with the artistry as much as maybe I should have to get going here. But the business is so important, as you just mentioned, and if you want to get to an end result, you got to choose a path. My path, I started coming to Nashville in 2004, every other month, weekend trips, networking, meeting writers, meeting players, meeting producers, anything I could. And it was very clear to me that I wasn't going to be the guy coming off the bus with a guitar getting signed on a major label, and I didn't really want it, to be honest. And I was told by people here, the industry's changing. Go do what you got to do on your own because the internet's going to give you opportunities to grow quicker. You're going to be able to expand out your reach to the world. So for me, it was that I had to look at the way that this career path was going to better allow me to get to the American market because I love it here, and and I've done a lot in the last 5 years here. But the international market, the UK especially, they are amazing. They're passionate. They are big. They are educated. They love the music, and it's growing from there. And having the ability to get my song out, videos out, interviews out worldwide, it just allows an artist like myself to do what I've done independently now through my own label even that I've created to say, okay, this is how I'm going to forge forward here, and that's what I'm doing.
That's cool. And then, now your first single, you got a #1 in Australia.
Yeah, so If Crazy Wasn't So Beautiful, which was written, I gotta say, because great guy in town, Ken Johnson, Warren Sellers, and
Sellers is so cool.
And another Canadian, Daryl Burgess.
Yeah.
So to have that song put in front of me and find out how great these guys were after the fact, and then to have it go #1 in the Australian charts with their country's top, I think it was top 40. It was awesome. I mean, I mean, come on, this is like going and playing Canada Day Jam that I played in 2007 to 50,000 people. I'm like, oh, this is how it is all the time?
Yeah.
You find out really quickly it's not.
Sorry, you sound like a frog. But
Sorry, it's getting bad. I do have my fisherman's friend in to help you. Sorry if you see me chewing. I'm not faking it, guys. See, this is why I'm not singing today. But yeah, then the single goes out, and again, thanks to Maple Star Music and Media, just blasting it everywhere. And the Australian fans took it and ran with it and loved it. Radio loved it. And then UK did as well, and that's what brought me over to the UK back in 2010. It's been one of those amazing rides that, you know, I'm just taking it as it comes, that if you put out the product and you have a good team around you, things will happen.
Yeah. Now, we've been friends for a long time, and so I've been seeing what kind of transpires with your career, and you mentioned about the business side of it, and sometimes it's frustrating because I see you and it's like, man, you should be doing more about the music, but you've got so much more going on with the business side of it, so you can do the music. That's a tough gig, trying to be your own business guy.
We are longtime friends, and we've had some really good chats about this, and really, I know I've come at it, I hope I can say this online, but bass backwards, is that what I say?
Yeah, you can say that.
Because
you can even say ass backwards.
Ass backwards, whatever it is, you know, you flip it all around, but I mean, obviously music's been in my life, I've sang my whole life. I knew I could do that part of it, but because of the way I decided I want to, again, approach my career, the business kept coming forward first. What do I have to do? Who do I have to connect with? What should I do? What shouldn't I do? And it I don't want to say it slowed me down artist-wise, but it's definitely not.
It takes your focus off.
Yeah. So what's happened, and actually I had an interview in the UK, and the one line was, so you disappeared for a while. And it's like, no, I didn't disappear. I've been working really hard in Nashville, writing and getting Hitmaker Entertainment, my label up and running, and getting the partners in place. And but to see that written, you kind of go, okay, maybe it was a little bit too big of a gap, not playing as much as I should have. So it is what I did, you know, and I'm happy I've done it, but now I'm back. There will be no more gaps like that. Hitmaker Entertainment's up and running, my team's in place, we have UK management, we have booking in the UK, and we're going to expand. We want people on the ground in other countries when we're working. Obviously, the US is a big market that I want to get into, and like you said, there's a big cost to it. I have that part, you know, also as a part of the business being worked as well. I want to be a name here, you know, and we'll see when that happens.
I always point to the southern rock band, Blackstone Cherry, who really, I mean, they came at it with connections too, because one of their guys' uncle was in Kentucky Headhunters, or is in Kentucky. But they realized the impediments in the U.S., so they went to the U.K. first, and it's a smart way of doing it, because you get some success there, and you come back here and build on it, and then go back there, and it's just this thing that raises you up.
Yeah, and the one thing, I'm glad you kind of ended it that way, because that's one thing I really want to make clear, and I made it very clear to my UK fans and radio too, is that what I'm doing over there, this isn't a one-off or to help me come here. I really, really enjoy and love the UK in a whole, but you're right, you know, they are more, not they, the international market, the barriers to entry, talking more business lines, is a little less, because there's a bigger market to play with. But it allows us to get more attention here because of that. But for me, it's not about getting that, coming here and saying, thanks everybody.
Thanks.
I am going back 2-3 times a year to the UK. You know, we have South Africa, Norway, Sweden, Germany, Asia looking at me now, talking with management now about getting me to play. That's exciting. That's why I did what I've done for the international side. But of course, I want my US side to grow, but it's going to always be a balance for me doing both.
One thing we found as an international radio show is that the fans are really, they're much different from North American fans, in that North American fans will know your hits. International fans know everything. So you get up there and do your hit, here they're singing along and having a good time. Over there, they'll sing along with every song you do. You've been over there, you were over in 2010 for a radio tour, then you went over last fall for a mini tour, you're going over again. What have you found as an artist different in the UK and internationally than here?
Well, it's funny. It's the first time I get to have that question asked the other way, because I keep getting asked about UK to here, but really it's kind of what you said. I always definitely want to say country music fans, to me, best, period, genre-wise. They're invested, they care. If they like you, they are fans for life, you know, and I love that about the fans in general. What I found in the UK is, like you said, it's not a slam on the US fans at all,
No, it's just
but
different.
it's just, they take everything in, and they want it all, and they want to know your songs, they want your merch, they want to wear it, they want to talk about it, they want to post it, tweet it, everything. So I found more of a passion with the relationship between artist and fan. Maybe a little bit more at this point. Maybe it's just for me. I don't know, because I don't have that presence yet here. But internationally, even online, I get direct messages more than I expect at this point. Just saying how much I love the music, love the show, what's going on there, or when you come to Ireland, when you come to South Africa, are you coming to Australia? Like this is amazing. This is why we're doing what we're doing. So I get more outreach. I could say it that way, at least on the international market.
What about culturally? How big a difference is that for you? Because it's not like going over on a vacation where you're there and you just get to kick back and absorb stuff. You're there to work, so, and you have downtime. But what's that like?
Well, yes, I am there to work, but it has been brought up, obviously, that I did have some downtime, and I like to have fun. So I love history. I love world history. I love music history.
They have history there.
They have a lot of history there. So when I went over, it was like my bandmate, but also a super artist over there, Luke Thomas from Luke and Mel. He's like, okay, well, here's the tour in October. He's like, we got a couple down days. What do you want to do? I'm like, I want to see heritage. And his word was old, S-H-I-T, but I'm like, I don't care. I don't live here. You guys do. So we went to York, and I was blown away by York. I mean, to see the wall still there and the minsters and the gate that horses and knights and everybody went through, now cars go through that. That kind of stuff blows me away. So as a culture factor, it's pretty similar in the UK. I wasn't culture shocked. My grandfather's from Sheffield, so I did grow up with that around me. My one grandmother's family's from Scotland. So I've had that kind of around me. I've had friends from there. But to be there, it wasn't so much of a shock, just I was in awe of such history, which was a big thing.
One of the big things when I moved there was people don't think of it, but it is a different language. There are different words for everything. Those people have different words for everything.
Yes.
If you're a Steve Martin fan, you'll get that. But yeah, they pick up on stuff, and no, that's not what that means.
That might be the one part. I mean, I have no problem with the drinking. I handle myself well. The food, I love food. I love new food. I love fine foods. I love any kind of food, so that wasn't the problem either. But they'd throw out words like gut it. I'd never heard of gut it before, and I didn't know if that was a good or bad thing. And like, no, it's kind of like, oh shucks, like like that really sucks. That's gut it. I thought I was being attacked about something. And I'm trying to think, well, I mean, there's a whole bunch, like, everybody knows.
There's some good cuss words.
There's some good cuss words too. So, I mean, I've learned more than I knew. I'm sure I'll learn more on this tour, but that was probably the difference. They just getting to know the little words, but the dialects, you're right. I mean, there's dialects all over the place. So, you you get pikey, or pikey, I think is the one, and in Newcastle, it's, what are they called there? I can't think of it right now, but there's like, every time we went somewhere, I was with the Holloway Road Boys, which they're nuts, they're great friends of mine. Don't write and say you're not, because I know you are. We had a great time, and I got educated from them in a lot of different ways, which was cool. I mean, that's what it's about, so.
That's cool. What can people expect to be different from last fall's tour to this upcoming tour in the spring? What are the dates for it?
We are starting the first date in Scotland at the Broadcast on March 22nd, and it runs until the 31st. The rest of the shows, the other 7 shows are throughout England. But if you go to my site, DawsonReigns.com, you can go to tour. All the dates are there. All the ticket links are there. WeGotTickets.com is doing it, but all of them are there. But we're playing Glasgow, Newcastle, Nottingham, London, Oxford, Winchester, Manchester. Like we're hitting some pretty big venues. All the Chesters. And to your question, and that's why we have gone to bigger venues, and this is a full band tour. Cool. So I'm getting to do what I love. Like, I love acoustic. Don't get me wrong, everybody does. And that's why I've started my acoustic series session on my web channel on YouTube. So please go and sign up for that. But I'm a band guy, so to have the band behind me on stage, it's going to be a rockin' night. We have the Rising from Ireland. They're a country rock band. So we're the 2 main headliners.
So that's cool what you're doing. You've got 2 headliners, and everywhere you play, you're going to have local support.
Yeah. The way we looked at it, and I say we, Luke he's the booking company called Full Circle Touring. We talked about it, and I'm like, listen, I don't want it just being me with the band. I want at least 2 headline band acts. So we talked with the Rising in October. We wanted to do something together. They were happy and they wanted to do this, which we're glad to have them on. And then Gary Quinn is going
Great
to be.
songwriter.
He is
Incredible.
so talented. Actually, he's really good friends with Phil Vassar, which is not a bad guy to be writing with all the time.
He's just as an aside, Gary is a traditional writer. He's associated himself with some pretty big names and done some really serious songwriter rounds over there.
He's super talented. He came out and played at my Gulliver show in October on an acoustic series. Him and Simon James came out, who Simon's actually back opening for our Gulliver show again. But Gary, I was blown away. He sings wonderfully. He's super talented, great guy. So he's going to be our acoustic opening act, our special guest act. But we are going to bring out local acts. We're looking to do it for every venue. There's some time constraints on length of show, so we may not have them at all 8 like we were hoping. Might be maybe 5 or 6 of them, but we already have Simon James on, like I said, at Gulliver's. We have Jade Halliwell at our Leeds at Iger Studios, which Iger Studios is a killer venue, so I'm so excited about that one. And then Lee Paul is opening up for us in Newcastle at Jumping Jack. So it's a big show. I mean, fans are going to get a night of full music, so it's worth the £10 ticket.
They're not laughing at you, I promise.
Yeah.
Okay, we talked tour. Let's talk records.
Sure.
This is it. Fancy logo on there. The first single was "Love Was All You." Did incredibly well.
Yes.
It came out last fall and went right through.
We released, I think, July was the official date.
not long.
It's been, I know, but it really picked up traction come October. It was played everywhere again. Thanks to what was happening in the UK. But Maple Star Music and the media, it was blown up internationally again. I can't even list all the countries in my head right now, but I'm going to say it was over 15 countries minimum worldwide, radio stations in the 20s. I mean, it was great.
The new single is called "The Night Ain't Over Yet." You would have sung it, but you have cooties.
Yes, I do.
Now
Very
you
bad
wrote
ones.
this with Aaron Goodman. This isn't your first little foray with Aaron. Tell us a bit about him as a writer.
Well, Aaron is from Canada as well, and he also made Nashville his home around the same time I came to town. He is a phenomenal singer-songwriter. I met him at the 2010 CCMAs in Canada, our big award show in Canada. And we hit off and we started chatting, and we kept it going when we both got to town. And for about a 2-year period, we were like, we jokingly called ourselves the Burger Biter Writer Brothers, because every time we wrote, we both like hamburgers. We went somewhere in town, grabbed a burger, which I'm going to be grabbing today. I think I'm going to Five Guys. I'm craving it. But anyways, so we did a lot of writing, and like I said, ridiculously talented. And I was lucky to be able to write with him, meet the guys and girls that I met through him. He's over at Warner Chapel here in town, and
He's written for some kind of big guys too.
Yeah, he's written with and/or for his songs been cut by Luke Bryan, Scotty McCreery, John Party. What's the man? I love those guys from South Carolina. Starts with a P. It's been a while.
Parmalee?
What? Parmalee. Thank you. It's been a while since I've seen the boys, Josh and the guys. So yeah, he's definitely had his run with his songs for them, and he's also now an artist himself, and he's doing his own thing. So very lucky to get to write with him, and 3 of the songs, maybe even 4, I think out loud in my head here, are him actually on the CP. 2 we wrote, and 2 he wrote with other people.
Nice.
Yep.
So people can hear the new single right now on Two Country and Chris Country in the UK.
Yeah, we you're hearing it live today. We were actually looking at a March 17th release date internationally. Two Country, as well as yourselves, which I have to say thank you, are sponsors and presenters of the tour. So we obviously want to give a feature and or exclusive to the single, and Two Country played it a week ago, I think, a week and a bit. I know you guys have been talking it up a lot, and Chris Country, which is another strong station over there, one of the very ones, which
We're on.
Nashville's on. They ended up featuring us and just found out they playlisted it. So it has now bumped us up, our thinking. So I'll be talking with my team. We may have to do something here because the demand's definitely kicked up. And we've got great radio support around the world, other radio stations in the UK. We want to make sure everybody's getting their hands on the single. So that's it's nice to have that happen where I've got to react to it, and it's a very positive thing.
Cool. And yeah, you bring up a good point. This is the first time Nashville Access is actually presenting an international tour. So we're pretty excited
Well,
about it too.
can't say thanks enough. Like I said, our friendship aside, what Nashville Access has done, you guys are doing great things, and for you to offer to do that, which is definitely you and Dallas, I can't say thanks enough, and to have you and Two Country pushing it.
It wasn't Dallas. I taped him to the chair, gagged him. I said we're going to be presenting a tour, and he was okay with that.
I didn't
really
think you were
weird.
gonna bring that up. I thought I was supposed to say he said it was okay.
He said, "Can you do that again?" No, that's just weird.
Yes,
So-
it's a big deal. So again, thanks, and yeah, it's happening fast. Things are going well, and happy to have you guys on board with it.
Excellent. So the new single coming to radio soon. The night ain't even over yet. Dawson Reigns. The tour kicks off March 22nd. You can find out all his stuff on his website, which is,
DawsonReigns.com, real simple. Yeah.
and then get all your Facebook. Make sure you friend him or like him on Facebook and connect with him. You have to
Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff.
He reads slowly, so you have to type really slowly when you do it.
Especially when I'm sick. Yeah.
Thanks for coming by.
Yeah,
I wish you could
I'll
do
do the bump. Yes.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for watching.